Hi, I'm Pastor Emiliano Viamel.
And I'm Elder Shane Neal.
And we're the hosts of Hour of Power.
We are ready to pray for you and with you.
Prayer is the key that unlocks heaven's door. In Philippians 4, 6, and 7, God cautions us not to be anxious about anything.
Instead, in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus.
Join us every Thursday night at 6 p.m. on our Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as Channel 98 on Central Cable TV, to experience this peace that passeth all understanding. You can join our global prayer family by praying that God continues to lead and bless this ministry.
By becoming a faithful viewer and inviting your friends and family to like and share our programs.
With your kind donations as well as your generous financial contributions.
Contact us at 501-613-9351.
Or send us an email at atn@cbn.belizeunion.org.
We are located at 10 3/4 miles Northern Highway at the Tubal Trade and Vocational Institute. Thank you for being a part of the ATN ministry.
And we pray God's richest blessings upon you and your family.
Hi, my name is Amina Anderson, and I'm the General Manager for our Yadpa bookstore here in Belize City. At our bookstore, we cater at offering books that can help you live a healthier lifestyle. We offer books that can help your marriage and your family life to be even more sweeter. We haven't forgotten the kids, we have books for them, and we also have books that will help you grow in your spiritual life. We're located inside the headquarters of the Belize Union of Seventh-day Adventists that is located on 3A Street, Kings Park. Our phone numbers are 223-3048, or you can get us on our cell number at 660-2378. Our working hours are from 8 to 12:15 from Monday to Thursday, 1 to 4:15, and on Friday we're open from 8 to 12. You can also find us on Facebook. Our name for our page is Yadpa Belize. ATN has partnered with us, and for every purchase made using the code ATN21, a proceed will be going to them to help them further in their ministry as well. So feel free, come visit us. I'm sure you're going to find something that will be a blessing to you all. Thank you.
Hello and welcome back to Defining Your Health. This is your weekly health program here at the Adventist Television Network. We are thankful that you've joined us again, whichever platform you may be viewing us from, be it Facebook, YouTube, Channel 98, or Twitch. We thank you for being a faithful viewer of our program. We want to let you know that we are live every Tuesday at 10 o'clock for this program, and we pray that it has been a blessing to you thus far. I have something here in my hand. You may be wondering, what is inside this little container? Well, it's powdery, it's black, and let me tell you, it has many health benefits. Do you know what it is? If you know what it is, I'd ask for you to put the answer in the comment section, and we'll check to see if you got it right. For those who may not know what's inside, I'd want to let you know that it's charcoal. We have an exciting discussion today on charcoal therapy. And I'm not here by myself as usual. Today I'm joined again. We haven't seen her in a while. Miss Leera Carr, our nutritionist, and she's the owner of Optimal Nutrition Services. Miss Leera, how are you?
I am doing wonderful.
Welcome back again to Defining Your Health. We missed you.
I missed you guys too very much. But I want to get some new knowledge so I can add it to what we do at Optimal Nutrition Services.
Perfect. Before we get into our discussion, as usual, Ms. Leera, we always have new viewers, and we mentioned Optimal Nutrition Services. Could you share with them a little bit about what this is? And I must let you know that Ms. Leera is a certified dietitian.
Yes.
All right, and share with us a little bit about Optimal Nutrition Services.
Okay, so we are, I say we, but it's just me. So basically what I do is I offer nutrition consultations, I do meal planning, and I also do presentations, health educations, and different seminars. So what we do here at ATN is just a part of something that I like to do. As a nutritionist, we do a lot of health prevention, and so educating the public is one of those things that we do. So if you're interested, if you know somebody who needs diabetic advice, hypertension, fatty liver disease, HIV, cancer, Optimal Nutrition Services has the meal plans, consultations, and what you need in terms of diet, we have it there. So you can contact us, you can look at us for Facebook. WhatsApp or contact number is there. On Instagram, you can find us you can look me up as well, Leera Carr at Optimal Nutrition Services.
Feel free to share your contact since you're at that point, and then we could share it again at the end.
Sure, so it's 621-0691. That is 621-0691. You can like us and share. We do have health tips that we share, and you follow us so you can get the information that you need.
Amen, wonderful. Well, Ms. Leera, you said you were away a little bit and you went to learn a little bit more, and that's a good thing because we always have to stay up to date with what's happening. But God is a wonderful God, because this here in my hand, charcoal, very powerful. It's all natural.
Yes.
It's all natural. And so I want for you to engage with us during this program. We will be talking about what is charcoal, and if you're thinking that it's the charcoal that you use to for barbecuing, it's not. I had that question. So Ms. Leera will explain that to us first, what it is, how is it important, what are the benefits, and of course, how you can use it as a home remedy. Tell us, charcoal therapy. What is charcoal therapy?
Okay, so charcoal therapy is basically the use of activated charcoal. So that is the term that you will find in the pharmacy whenever you go to the health stores. You have to ask for activated charcoal. So basically they use it to treat a wide range of infections. Specifically to internal, we have diarrhea, we have vomiting, sometimes you have flu viruses, you have an eye infection which is external, maybe an ear infection. You may also have poisoning, right? Maybe you took too much medication, maybe your child, decided that he wanted to try those bright red capsules that you had left on the counter. So you can use this as a first aid treatment for that child. So the charcoal therapy is very effective. Why is it effective? What makes charcoal effective? It's like Chantel mentioned, it's not necessarily the barbecue one that we use, or the one that you might put in your toothpaste, or perhaps the one that you use to like whiten your teeth. No, it's not that. So this one is what they burn with the absence of oxygen.
Oh, okay.
So they don't.
So that makes the difference.
Yes, that is what activates the carbon in the charcoal. And when they do that, it gives the carbon a very porous nature. So porous means that it has a lot of different holes, very microscopic. So even if you have this powder right here that Chantel showed you earlier, the particles, they are still very porous. Even though we can see it with our eye, the particles itself is porous. So that is what gives it a very high adsorption and absorption property.
Interesting.
And it also has what you will call in chemistry, but you guys would notice, a negative charge. Basically, it just neutralizes something else that has an opposite charge. You know, like little children, I can remember maybe when you were a child, I used to take the magnet, you know, and you put them together and it sticks, and then if you try to put it around, it repels. So it's the same concept with charcoal. It has what is called a negative charge. And so poisons, toxins, they tend to have a positive charge.
Okay.
So whenever you take the charcoal, it is an immediate and effective treatment because the body does not absorb charcoal. So when that goes in, it actually stays within like this. It goes past through the stomach, it goes to the intestine, and it stays there. So it inhibits the poisons and toxins from actually going into your bloodstream. So that way your body actually can take it out, maybe in feces or, you know, like maybe through the urine.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing information. And I want our viewers to know that charcoal is not a new thing.
No, it has been
been around, right?
Yes.
It has been around. I've been hearing about charcoal for some time now. I've never tried it. But I know that it has been around for years.
Many years.
You know, and I could imagine that before all the meds that we have now, there was always charcoal in your grandmother's cupboard, or, you know, there was always charcoal at you know, in homes. You know, these charcoal was like some of the first set of meds.
It's like,
you know,
it's second nature to just having, I don't know if all Belizeans have Tylenol or ibuprofen in their homes, but before, that would be what they would have, right?
Wow.
And actually, the pharmacies, the reason why they make different little medications, maybe things for children to drink for diarrhea or for vomiting, they made it because they were inspired by charcoal.
Interesting.
So the carbon in the charcoal is what they use, that same activation process is what they use to create all of these different medicinal remedies in the pharmacies. So this is the cheapest, more affordable, more accessible way for you to be able to treat these different things than having to go to buy different remedies at the drugstore. Now, you can also purchase this at the drugstore or make it yourself.
Oh, wow. You could make it yourself.
Yes, you can.
I'm glad that you say that it's quite cheap, and it's something that everybody in the family can consume if they're not well.
Even babies, newborn babies who have jaundice, you know, you can put it in a little dropper. You can give it to the newborn babies who have jaundice. It will help them while you still allow them to get the sunlight that they need. It will be very effective for that as well.
Nice, nice. So our viewers who are watching this program today, share with us, what do you know about charcoal? Activated charcoal, that is.
Yes.
Because remember, there's a clear difference between the charcoal you use for barbecuing. It's not that one. I'm making a disclaimer. It's not that one. It's activated charcoal we're talking about today. And Ms. Leera shared a wealth of knowledge as it pertains to charcoal that I didn't know, and I'm sure some of our viewers don't know. You know, this is natural. There's no kind of chemicals apart from whatever reaction it does inside the body.
It has minerals, like other minerals in it that you would get from the burnt wood or the burnt coconut shells. But those are minerals that your body would use if it needs it.
Of course.
Yes.
You spoke just now about you could make it yourself. How can I make charcoal myself? What is
the
used?
process?
What is it? What is used to make it?
Okay, well, here in Belize, I know you can use the coconut shells. I also believe we have pine trees, I think we have, I don't know if we have eucalyptus trees here, but we probably do.
Okay.
Yes, and those are the main trees. But I do think that they have other trees that you can use because it's just to activate the carbon in those other trees. But those woods that we mentioned are preferred. Basically, what you want to do is you want to dig a hole in your backyard or in your front yard, anyone that is convenient for you. And you're going to cut the wood, put them in sizes that can fit in the hole. You're basically going to cover the hole maybe with a thin, or if you have a paint pan, you can actually put the wood inside the paint pan and cover the paint pan.
Okay.
You're going to apply like a little hole there just so that it doesn't explode. When you put it in the hole, if you cover it, that's fine. You can cover it with the earth. You start the fire underneath, just let it burn there. And you want it to have as limited exposure to air and oxygen as possible.
Okay.
And you're going to leave it there to burn like at least 3 days. It has to be a continuous burning. By the time it is finished, your wood should be charred, and it should be activated because of the absence of the air that was there. Okay. Now, before you use it for any internal uses, what you want to do is you want to take the same charcoal, just put it on a baking sheet, or maybe if you have a stove top, you're going to put it right there on your pot, and you're just going to heat it up so you can, from the earth, you can just kill any bacteria or anything that was on it, like that came from the earth, anything that was not that I would say is contaminants.
And fire purifies,
right? Right. So you can put it in the oven, you can bake it, but it shouldn't be, it's not necessarily something that I would say you have to, but if you want to do that, because when you were taking it out, during the process it's pure, but when you are removing the charcoal, it can get contaminated.
Oh, wow.
So that is why you want to be careful with how you, before taking it in, you can do that as a preventive measure.
So there is a process.
Yes.
There is a complete process that you must go through if you are thinking of creating or making your own charcoal.
Yes, and actually I think it will be a very good opportunity for those persons who would like to sell something. I think charcoal is a great opportunity for you to start doing a little business.
And there goes your business plug for today. For you entrepreneurs who don't know what business to start, why not start a charcoal business?
Lovely. I remember I was in Panama, and we went to this place that sold yogurts, and this my friend, she actually bought a charcoal yogurt. It was a big swirly black looking cream, and I'm like, what is that? And she said it's charcoal. I tasted it. It didn't have any sweet flavor.
Okay.
So I'm like, the charcoal is a business, right? And it was activated charcoal that she was having in her yogurt.
Wow.
So I don't know if Belize will try those ideas, but if you're there and you're watching and you want to, you can. If you like this discussion right here and you're inspired, go ahead and try the charcoal business. It will work.
That's it's awesome to hear how things that God has given us in nature. He says the plants are for the healing of the nation, right?
That's right. That's
so
right.
at times we are so dependent upon man-made medicinal products. And here we're talking about something God made. I mean, pine trees,
eucalyptus, coconut,
eucalyptus trees,
oak.
These are things that has been used from way back when, and they are cheap, they are affordable, and of course they have brought the healing that was needed at that time.
And it's fast. Charcoal treatment, 3 days and you are well. Sometimes it's less than 3 days, you're fine. This is so effective.
Okay. Seeing that you said that, can you share an experience of someone who may have been ill and they had used the charcoal and you saw with your own eyes, that person getting well? Do you have an experience to share?
Yes, actually, like I would say roughly 3 weeks ago, I don't know, there was like a stomach flu going around in Belize, and there were a number of students who had actually gotten sick, who were with me. I was also a student. We were colporting in Orange Walk, and they, when they started to get sick, they said, you know, use the charcoal. That is going to work. So they basically gave them charcoal to drink, and you know, by the time they were able to go out again the next day, they felt better.
Wow.
So it's, you have to, depending on the severity of the sickness, a stomach flu or maybe a virus, a bug in your stomach, you can take the charcoal, but it's not a one-time take. You would, just like how they have antibiotics. Yes, it is the same concept. So you would want to take it in the morning, take it in the afternoon, take it in the evening. That way, in order to fully treat your system. So that's how it is. And 3 days is the most that we actually do recommend for charcoal therapy. I don't think you're going to get harm if you go longer, but 3 days is the most in order to treat any stomach infections.
Yep, and since it's natural, I don't think there will be any kind of side effects of you consuming, because it, like you said, it doesn't stay in your body.
It doesn't. You're
out.
actually going to see it in your feces, right? It's going to look that
Mercy.
color. So you don't want to be
I can't
worried.
imagine. I can't imagine. Pooping on my poop is black.
It's going to look that color, and that is
Okay.
fine. That means it's coming out. If it looks normal and you took the charcoal, you should worry. That means it's staying inside somewhere, and that's not good.
That's scary, Miss Leera. That's scary. But poison is usually appears to be black. So if it's coming out black, then you know the poison is
It's coming
out
too.
as well.
That's
so,
good. That's good.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you shared that little experience there, because it just amplifies the power of charcoal therapy, you know. And for somebody that might not have the oak tree or the coconut husk or the eucalyptus tree and the pan and all that, that process sounds like a long process. This can be bought.
Yes. You
You
can
know,
purchase it at the drugstore.
Share with our viewers, well, you said the drugstore. I know this one was bought
At Move.
Move. And what is Move?
So Move is Mission Outreach Volunteer Evangelism School. It's actually located in Orange Walk. They have a little store there, and they sell that bottle for $2.
Yes.
It looks very small, but I have used it so many times. And you can see that it still has a lot. You don't need a lot of the charcoal to make your remedies. So it's fine.
Wonderful. And since you said that, Miss Leera, we just want our viewers to know that Miss Leera is a missionary. She's been there training at Move, because she's going off on a mission trip. And this, I think, would be one of the perfect things to carry along with you, because going in a strange land, you don't know anywhere, you don't know what's inside the food, things like that. I mean, just having this, I think, would be a great idea.
Thank God for his remedies.
Of course. Anything, you maybe eat something that has something in it that your body reacts to.
It's good. This is not just for people who are going into strange countries. This is for you to have on a whole. Maybe you want to keep a small little amount in your bag. You know, you don't ever know when you will need an emergency. When you're traveling, charcoal is an asset.
Yeah.
It's something that you need. And I'm sure Miss Neil is going to add it to her travel bag.
I will, because I had an experience where it cost me a lot of money. I'm still vexed about it. My son, he had his shoes left on the veranda overnight, and without shaking it out, there was a scorpion inside his shoe.
Whoa.
And so, you know how kids are. They don't take the time to really,
They're not going to knock it out.
you know, well, he pushed his feet in that shoe, and I just heard the scream, you know, and my husband ran out, grabbed the tennis, and as soon as he picked up the tennis, he got stung by the scorpion. So the scorpion stung my son and my husband, and we didn't know what to do, because both of them were in so much excruciating pain. I'm not sure if any of our viewers have gotten a scorpion sting before, but I could just imagine what that feels like. you know, and we didn't have charcoal, you know, and so the first thing we always do when you get ill is to rush over to the doctor without even thinking of what's in your kitchen that you can use. And that cost us a good penny, you know, $100 each, just to get a simple shot to kind of ease the pain. But I understand from what you're sharing and what we will continue to share in the other part of our discussion when we come back from break, the ways that charcoal can be used.
Yes.
And one of those benefits is it aids with scorpion bites.
Yes, stings, scorpion bites.
Yep. And being in this area of the country or any part of the country that has trees and things that are around, you always have those insects. You always have them around, you know, and you always have to be looking out. So having this on hand, you know, it's a perfect thing that can help us to save some cash. And
$2 for that little
and not to become dependent upon running to the doctor all the time. You know, I think, I think at times we overdo it. You know, as you feel a little thing here, you run to the doctor. But there are remedies, home remedies that you can use, such as the activated charcoal to help you along.
Yes. And there's other things that you might have in your kitchen. Where we will touch on those other things, but the flour, maybe you have flaxseed, maybe you have cornstarch, maybe you have baking soda. You know, you have a lot of things that you don't know how you can use them. This is just one of them.
It sounds like we need to book her for a couple more of these home remedies.
I'm happy because, you know, I'm excited. I'm excited about these things because, you know, like you said, we spend so much money on the medications. Sometimes we're afraid to take them. We ourselves say, I'm afraid. But you know what? You are afraid to take those, but you don't want to trust the natural remedies because you're skeptical. I don't know if it's going to work. Oh, it's too simple. But God gave the simple things so that they can treat us.
Amen.
So I think that we need to start to use them. And you got to be patient, right? It's not just, the charcoal is effective. This is an immediate treatment. But other natural remedies also have a slow process.
Of course, of course. So I believe, Miss Leera, that's our perfect segue into our break. We'll take a break now and we'll be right back. More on charcoal therapy.
Youth Come Alive wants to wish you and your family season's greetings and a prosperous new year.
May love come alive within your hearts this Christmas.
May your desire be to put a smile on every face you see.
May hope fill each room that you enter and bring joy to those you hold there.
Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year.
Season greetings here from Hour of Power. We're very happy that you guys could have joined us throughout this year. We now are in the Christmas season and we want to remind you that the reason for the season is Jesus Christ.
Amen.
The prophet Isaiah says that a child was born and a son was given to us whose name is Jesus Christ.
Amen.
You know, Emmanuel, God with us. So we're very thankful that you could have joined us throughout this year. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing this program. Thank you for all those who supported us through the financial contribution. We're very grateful. It is because of you all that we are able to continue having this program. So we're very happy. Also, on behalf of Central Belize Mission, season's greetings, and we pray that God may continue to bless you, richly bless you throughout the following year, 2023.
Yes, I don't know about you, Pastor, but Christmas is my favorite time of the year. The atmosphere is different. It seems like everyone is more loving, more caring. They're always smiling.
Amen.
All the lights that people put on their home. This is my favorite time, and especially the food.
Amen.
Especially the food. Something about Christmas, every time you go, any house you visit, they're giving you cake, soft drink, food. I know come January, I have to start run even more. So season's greetings, always remember that Jesus is the reason for this season. God bless.
God bless you.
In the heart of Americas stands the Inter-American Division, It is comprised of all of Central America, the northern parts of South America, and the islands of the Caribbean Sea. What a great diversity fills each corner of this region. Flora, fauna, culture. The strength of our church in this territory is its 3,681,066 members filled with faith, hope, and courage. Our doors are always open. Meeting in 23,319 churches and congregations, large, small, outdoors, or online. It's amazing to know that God is present in each one of them. The Inter-American Division is comprised of 24 unions, divided into 156 local conferences. We spread the message through various means, including the 35 hospitals and clinics across the territory. In its 14 universities, many young people are trained daily to serve God in different professional fields. One theological seminar prepares pastors to serve the church membership and preach the gospel across Inter-America. This is a territory with millions of school-aged children. 790 primary and secondary schools deliver Adventist Christian education to 145,596 students through the dedicated labor of 9,879 teachers committed to serving God and humanity. 9 centers of influence work with creative ideas of evangelism to target various people groups. The gospel also travels by air and the internet. Messages of hope are shared 24/7 through television programs produced in 3 languages and through broadcast by more than 90 radio stations. The Inter-American Division is this and more. Every day, our church works to preach the gospel to more than 307 million residents across its territory.
Welcome back to Defining Your Health. We hope you enjoyed the break, and we hope you enjoyed the discussion we had before we went to the break. If you just joined us, we thank you for joining us, and we are having a healthy discussion on charcoal therapy. We've learned so much. Ms. Leera is here from Optimal Nutrition Services. She's a nutrition, and she has been sharing with us a little bit about what is charcoal therapy. We've been talking about uses of charcoal therapy, but there's more that we want to learn about. At the end, we will have a little demonstration for you. So we want for you to stay tuned, stay with us, and of course, share this program today. Miss Leera, we've talked a lot. We've shared a lot of things, but one thing I want for us to kind of move into at this point in time is to talk about some external benefits of charcoal.
Okay, so what we call it within the natural remedy realm, for those persons who are naturopathic doctors, the naturopaths, this is one of their gold remedy, right?
Okay.
So there is this treatment, it's actually called creating a poultice, and a poultice is what you call a paste. So you have poultices for different plants. So it's actually called a charcoal poultice treatment for the external use. Now, basically how you're going to make a charcoal poultice is you just want to make it into a thick paste. Water and charcoal alone will not do it.
Okay.
So you're going to need, you can measure it if you don't have measuring spoons, the same eating spoons that we use. I will say you can use that to gauge yourself. So about 2 tablespoons of your charcoal within a cup of water. That's the actual measuring cup as well.
Okay.
So you're going to put that in there. You're going to add a thickening agent. Maybe you have cornstarch at home.
Okay.
You use that to make your gravies. I know you have it at home, and cornstarch is not expensive. So you can have that. If you don't have cornstarch, maybe you have some, I'm not going to say baking soda. If you don't have cornstarch, maybe you have flour, something that is mild, something that is simple.
And easily accessible.
Right.
And we have pictures going up on screen for you all to see
Yes.
what it looks like.
Yes. So you can add that to your powder, just about a spoon, same concept, a teaspoon, maybe 2 teaspoons, not a tablespoon. You don't need that so much amount of a thickening agent. You add it to it. You can either have the water warm or cold depending on the bite or sting, right? So basically, that's your poultice right there. You're going to need a cloth, or maybe you have napkins, maybe you have paper towel. You're going to make it until it is thick, right?
So it's like a paste.
Right. So it's not supposed to be too runny, as fluid-like as water, but it's supposed to be like a paste.
Like a
something
paste, okay.
thick, right? You want it to stay so that when you put it on the cloth or on the paper towel or napkin, you're going to be able to just fold over the cloth or the paper towel, and you're going to apply it to the area that you have the sting or the cut. Cuts is something that we have to talk about too. It helps to keep it clean. Let's say you don't have antibiotic, you don't know how to clean it. Charcoal is very good to just help to keep the cut clean and also to facilitate wound healing. So you're going to do that, fold it, put it over the wound, the cut, the sting, the bruise, and you're going to take a plastic, maybe you have plastic wrap. That expensive.
Plastic bag.
Maybe I have plastic bag, but I think that Belize is going to go plastic-less with their plastic bags.
Heard that too.
So I'm sure that you're going to have something at home that is like a plastic. Basically, what you want to do, if you have tape, you want to get it to just stay in place.
All right.
So the reason why we use plastic, and if you notice, these are very simple remedies, simple things that you have. The reason why we want to cover it with something that is plastic is because we want to keep the moisture in, so that the charcoal can actually work on that area.
And it's the same activation as if it was inside the body that occurs.
Right, right. So externally it is used that way. The reason why we don't necessarily put it directly on wounds is because charcoal has a tattooing effect.
Really?
Yes. So
really?
So if you leave it there for a while, you might end up with your scar looking kind of darker than it should look.
So just to put a plug there, the charcoal isn't going directly on the cut.
No.
It's going on the plastic?
No, it goes on the cloth, the paper towel, cloth, or napkin.
Okay, so you put the paper towel on top of the cut.
So before you put it on the cut, you want to have it laid out flat. You apply the amount of poultice on
the paper
on that cloth. We tend to use cloth because it's more thicker, it's more sturdy. But I'm just suggesting that if you have paper towel or napkin too, you don't have a cloth. This is emergency cases. You are out somewhere, you probably only have tissue paper. You want to apply the poultice on the cloth, you fold it over, and then you put it on that infected area. Then you put the plastic in place so you can keep the moisture in.
Okay, very good. I'm here asking all these questions because I'm sure these are questions our viewers may have.
Yes.
And it's very, very interesting to hear. Can I safely say that charcoal is good for burns as well? Will it have the same effect?
I believe it will help to keep it clean. So charcoal is antibacterial and it's also antiviral. So it will help to keep the area clean.
Okay, very good, very good. Is there another external use that you can share with us today? I know you mentioned.
Yes.
We mentioned scorpion. Well, that would be on the inside, right?
No.
But for wounds on the outside of your body, it can be used for that.
If you get spider bites, you can put it there, right? If you get snake bites, you can put it there. And I can go over just specifically how and the timing of the administering of the treatment, how it works, how it is different.
Okay.
But another external use, let's say you have an eye infection. I know even for the pink eye, I don't know if the actual word for the term is conjunctivitis. Right. So the pink eye, charcoal is a treatment for that as well.
Okay.
What you want to do is this is external, right? So you're going to do it like an eye drop. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to make the charcoal water and everything. Same concept, no thickening agent is needed. You're going to let the charcoal settle at the bottom. And then you're going to take your little dropper. If you don't have a dropper, you're just going to have to make sure that the drops can drop off of your spoon or something that you have.
And this is into the eye.
Yes.
You're making me nervous, Leera. You're making me nervous.
It's fine. You're going to be fine. So I know this mother who did it for her kids.
Okay.
She was okay. She's actually, she was more with the natural remedies. Her children, they recovered from their pink eye. So basically, what you're going to do is you're just going to apply 2-3 drops in the eye. And you're going to let them just kind of blink around and everything, and then you wash it out. I tried it not because I had pink eye, but because it was an assignment. Okay. So I had to feel what it feels like. You can't necessarily want to be given treatments and you don't know what it's like.
Okay.
So I believe it was effective because sometimes, or oral or extremities, everything that we have on the physical, they're exposed to dust, a lot of different things. And people like me wear glasses even though I don't have it on here. So my eyes strain a lot. If you're reading, you're working, you're doing a lot of things, your eye strains a lot. So I did the eye drop with the charcoal water. So the charcoal actually settles at the bottom. It's only the water from the top that you're taking off.
Yeah.
You're not putting the charcoal in your eye. When you put the drops in there, you just let it go around, and after that, you can wash it out. It doesn't feel like sand is in your eye. It doesn't feel gritty. It doesn't feel grainy. And it works fine. I think it's a good way to clean your eye.
Wonderful, wonderful. We've talked about external uses of charcoal. We've touched a little bit about the internal uses. Can we go back into a few more benefits of internal use? And as well, I want to ask a question. For things like snake bites, that affect the inside and it affects the outside.
Right.
Can I use it on the inside and the outside? Would it be an
That's a
overdose?
Great question. That's a great question. So primarily for snake bites, charcoal is what you call a first aid treatment.
Okay.
So this is first resort once you have charcoal. This is first resort, first treatment. You're going to use both, Miss Chantel, Miss Neil, you're going to use both methods, both orally and both internally.
Okay.
So as soon as that person gets a snake bite, what you want to do is you want to wash that area with soap and water. Within 10 minutes more or less, if the person did not see what snake that had bitten them, within 10 minutes more or less, they will be swelling up in that area. It's going to be swollen, inflamed. Okay. So you will know, okay, this is a poisonous snake that bit this person. What you're going to do, wash the area, make the poultice as quick as possible, put the poultice on that area, and you're going to change it every 15 minutes. So this means that you have to be committed to this person.
Wow.
So you're going to change it every 15 minutes, and you're also going, you don't have to make a cup of charcoal water, but what you want to do is you want to make sure that they get the charcoal inside. Okay. So if it is a case where you don't want, normally we don't recommend people to drink a lot of things when they get a snake bite, because there is this, I don't know, I haven't really looked at it much, but I know that they say when you drink fluids, it kind of helps the poison to be...
Flush out?
Not flush out, but to go more over your body.
Oh, okay, like spread.
Yes, spread. So you want to use a little bit of water, get the charcoal in the water. Use what you have. If you have one big spoon, put it in. The person might want to feel like they want to vomit, they want to throw up. So what you want to do, tell them they have to get it down. It is important that they get the charcoal inside as well.
Okay.
And you're going to let them drink this every 2 hours, every 2 hours, every 2 hours, until you can get that person to the hospital where they can get some anti-venom.
Okay.
I believe that if there is no anti-venom, you will go ahead and administer your charcoal treatment for the next 3 days, same concept, committed to this person, until you start to see that that swelling is going down. And it is the same concept, not for snake bites, but let's say for a spider bite or some other bug that bit, maybe have bitten you. You want to apply the treatment. For snake bites, it's like every 15 minutes you're going to want to change the poultice.
Okay.
But for a regular insect bite, it depends. You don't have to change it every 15 minutes. You're going to basically change it like maybe every hour until you start to see that the swelling goes down.
Okay. Okay. Wow. This is a mouthful. This is a mouthful, and we truly appreciate this information that you're sharing with us. I am a novice at this, as you can clearly tell. I've never tried it before, but like we mentioned in the beginning, sometimes we're afraid of taking the things that God made for our bodies, because He, this is definitely something He thought about.
Yes.
Plants, using medicinal plants for healing. And we have so much confidence in things that have chemicals, things that have side effects, things that make us even worse. They help one area, but they damage another area. We have so much confidence in these medicines, Ms. Leera, and it's shocking. But when we sit down to talk about the benefits of things that God has given us now, it's so powerful. It's so powerful. I am thinking as well that people who like to go camping, people who like nature, so we were saying every household should have charcoal.
Yes.
And we're saying that if you like to go camping, if you like to travel, take your charcoal with you. Just as how I have a little medicine bag that I walk around with, that have
needs
my
to go in
I
there.
know.
It needs to go
That
in there.
medicine bag has my Ambroxol, it has my Tylenol, it has my Vicks, it has my eucalyptus.
This is like
Everything in that little medicine bag. I need to add now my charcoal.
Yes. We didn't get to go a lot into the internal uses.
Yes, we're going to move into that now.
Okay.
So let's move into some internal uses. So charcoal has external uses, external benefits, and it also has internal benefits. We touched a little bit about it on it before. We want to go a little deeper now into what are the internal benefits of charcoal.
Yes.
You mentioned something earlier about diarrhea. So let's start there. You eat something that have your belly running and rolling. You're the back flip and all because I mean you can't get to the bathroom quick enough. How can charcoal help with diarrhea?
Okay, so it's basically the recommended treatment would just be 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
So you're going to take 2 tablespoons of the charcoal, you're going to put it in 1 cup of water, and you're going to drink that 1 cup of water.
All right, and talking about cup of water, we have our charcoal here. I know you must be tired of somebody lift up this thing. You really want to know what it looks like. So Miss Leera has a cup of water here that will ask her to lift up. And
I can just put the charcoal in
just
there.
put a little bit so our viewers can see.
We're going to just
put a little bit. Okay.
The back of
so it's really black.
It is really
it's
black.
really black.
You see? Automatically your water looks like this.
Mercy.
So you might be afraid of what it looks like, but I gotta tell you, they say the darker the berry, the sweeter it is.
Sis.
So I'm saying this in regards to the charcoal.
Okay.
This is healthy, right? So basically,
I can hold it for you.
Yes, you can hold it.
While you share.
So you're going to drink that 1 cup of water until you take it every 2-3 hours, depending on how your body feels. So immediately this is going to work for you if you have diarrhea, if you have vomitings, if you have flatulence, gas. Let's say you...
Okay, let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes.
If you have gastritis.
Right, if you have gastritis. And also if you have just regular gas, like...
Okay, you feel bloated.
Bloated,
okay.
Right. You can also take this charcoal water, drink it, and it's going to ease whatever is happening inside your body. Now, like I said earlier, this is not something depending on how you feel. You might not just feel better. You might feel better after 1 cup, but after that, you still need to continue to take it in order for you to actually flush out.
And it's just like regular medication because when you go to the doctor, they will tell you to take this medicine for a week.
7 days.
7 days.
Is less.
So
this is 3 days. 3 days for diarrhea, 3 days for vomiting. If it doesn't have to be long for diarrhea and vomitings, but I'm saying 3 days the max for any charcoal remedy that you want to be using internally.
Okay.
For this, the eye and ear infections, we talk about that. We also talked about nausea and vomiting. That is poison, right? We talked about maybe the child goes and take some medication, or somebody drink poison, they ate poison by mistake. Charcoal is immediate. You want to go to this as fast as possible. You put it in water because the thing about our bodies is that when water goes in, it doesn't stain the stomach. It goes through very quickly, and
so
that's
why
the charcoal reaches
able to
the point.
find the poison inside. Is that
right?
I'm trying to make it visual so you can you can understand what happens when it goes inside.
Right. It reaches very quickly to the point of contact. Now, the thing about it is, let's say, for example, you had poison, but you didn't eat anything. Maybe it was overdose on medications.
Okay.
You want to try to take this more often because there is no food in your stomach that is going to prevent that poison or overdose from actually going into your body a little bit quicker. So
Okay.
you have to respond quickly to those concepts. Same thing with the food still, but food takes a longer time to digest.
Gotcha.
So if you get the charcoal in there, it's going to have a very good effect as well.
Okay. Miss Leera, I want to ask a question. We may have a viewer who might be pregnant or know somebody who's pregnant. One thing through research, it says here that charcoal is good for morning sickness. Tell us about this. How would this, I mean, it's not, charcoal, like you said, it's not anything that the body, that stays inside the body. And we know that morning sickness is something that pregnant women struggle with. How is it beneficial for people who have morning sickness?
Morning sickness? Okay, well, I want to think that the reason why they say it's good for morning sickness is because it's good for vomiting. That feeling that you get from, you wanting to vomit. I also think that maybe for the most part, the reason why women have morning sickness is because they're not used to the different levels of hormone that are elevated in their body. So I think charcoal has a soothing effect. Whenever you drink it, it doesn't have any taste. It's basically tasteless.
Okay.
I think it will help to balance out that metallic taste that you also get on your mouth, when you're pregnant. I've read about women feeling that way as well. So I believe that the charcoal is going to be effective for those women. They can try it. And it's not going to harm the baby, like we said.
All right, that's the part we're all waiting to hear.
It's not going to harm the baby because charcoal is not absorbed into your system. And it will not go through to where the baby feeds, because the baby feeds through your bloodstream, right? So that's where she gets their nutrients from.
Okay, wonderful. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Let's look at one more before we wrap up our show for today. We want to look at absorbed chemicals.
Yes.
Absorbed chemicals.
I'm happy you touched on that, because I think that not just well, when we hear chemicals, I'm not sure if people are thinking about Clorox, like the household items, but those are poisons, those are toxins. You want to do the same concept, 2 tablespoons of charcoal, drink the water. Even if they vomit, you give them the charcoal again, because they have to get it inside. So that's the same concept for chemicals. And also for individuals who struggle with liver problems and kidney disease. The liver flushes out toxins. It detoxifies your body. And the kidneys actually works to filter out your toxins as well. So charcoal is a good way to help when you have liver problems and kidney problems. It's good for detoxing.
Nice, very well. Ms. Leera, as we've come to the end of our discussion for today, I think we've shared a lot. We've shared a lot, things that I didn't know, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers may not have been aware of the benefits of activated charcoal. As we've shared today, we also like to counsel you to make sure that you are checking in with your doctor. We don't want to give any kind of, we're not here to give counsels, because we are not
a replacement for what your doctor has given you to take.
I'm not a medical professional in no way. And so we would always encourage you to check in with your doctor. If your doctor is a person that cares about your health, he wouldn't have any fear in recommending natural remedies, but be very cautious of those who feel like all the medication they give you is the right thing and it's the only thing. That's what I would say. What would be your final words, your final words that you'd like to share with our viewers today?
I want you to know that charcoal is a first aid treatment. It's something that is good for you overall. Let's say you know somebody who drinks a lot of alcohol. maybe, you know, they need a cleansing, you can recommend charcoal. They sell charcoal at the pharmacy, so you know it's not something that is bad for your health if the pharmacy also has it, and we in the natural world are recommending it. So just go ahead, get some charcoal in the home. You never know if your child is going to take some poison in, or you know, those are not things you want to think about. If they're going to get bitten, you don't want to think of that, but it's good for you to have it as a first aid treatment.
And I'd also like to add that with everything, we need to do it in moderation.
Right.
Remember, charcoal stains, and so you don't want to put it directly on your skin, or you don't want to overdo it because you don't wind up with no black tongue or black teeth or whatever.
Yes.
So everything, you do it in moderation. God has blessed us so much with natural things that we can use to help us when ailments come. And charcoal, activated charcoal, is one of them. You're waiting for me to drink this thing, Joe?
You should try it, Miss Neil. It actually doesn't taste bad.
So I will drink it off air and I'll let you know in the next show what it tastes like. But we just want to thank you so much for joining us, Miss Leera. Anytime you come now, Wealth and Knowledge, you share.
I'm happy to
be here. So we are always appreciative when you make the time to be here on Defining Your Health. We also want to thank our viewers for staying with us to the end. And we want to encourage you to share this program. You already get blessed, share the blessing with somebody else. And with that, we will say, God bless. I will try this charcoal now and we'll fade out. Tastes good.
As a non-profit organization, the Adventist Television Network solely relies on your financial support. By partnering with us through a monthly donation, you will help us to continue to fulfill the mission in taking the gospel into all the world. For more information, please call 613-9351 or email us at atnfin@cbm.belizeunion.org. Thank you for your prayers and support of the ATN ministry, and together we may hasten the soon coming of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.